The Wisport Reindeer 55 litre. And excuse me if I'm a little bit croaky this morning. Getting a little bit short on water. I need to find a water source as soon as I pack up camp and leave here. So what we got here? Well, as you can see, it's a military style rucksack, and the best thing to do is start at the top, I think. So we've got the top hood here, we've got a zip pouch there which is sufficient for any immediate day-to-day things that you might want as you're wandering along. On the top we've got these two straps which I have attached my waterproofs, jacket and trousers. I would have preferred them on the bottom, but I'll explain why I put them on the top. You've got two adjustable straps here, nice and tight, they aren't going anywhere. We've got a couple of other buckles here which you can use to add other things on. Turn the lid inside out, and this pouch here is very big, must be 10 litres at least. So you get quite a lot of stuff in there. Now the thing about this hood is that it detaches. So over the other side you've got these straps here, these straps here, which you can use to remove this. Now I'm not going to remove it because it'd be a faff, but what I will show you is you've got this Velcro here. Now that is, I've just gone and split my nail, caught it on something. Hang on, I'm going to cut for a minute while I sort this out. Right, nail sorted. So we can detach the lid completely. When we come to the top of the rucksack, we've got this extension. I think they call it some sort of snow sleeve or something. Now that, if you utilise that to the top, will add another 12 litres onto the size of the pack. But obviously you won't be able to get as much stuff in your top pouch there. Now the thing that's puzzling me is I can tighten this up nice and tight, I can stuff it in there, I can then tighten this up but not completely fully, and then this flap comes over the top to give the top, let's lift it up there, see if you can see it better, to cover that top. But there's no way, now I'm probably missing something here but I don't know what. If anybody can tell me differently I'd be interested to know, but it appears that there's no way of securing that down. So yes, it would protect this at the top from the rain going in, but if it's windy they'll be blowing all over the place and doing nothing. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know if it's just me or whether I'm missing something, but anyway, I'm not going to use it for that anyway, so let's put this back on very carefully to the Velcro, and that sort of completes the lid. So I'm going to turn it round now, and I think we'll just work from the side. It's got two pouches on either side. It's difficult to see with all the stuff I've got attached to it. Now these two pouches, they're quite big pouches. You can get quite a lot in these, and I tend to use it for my cooking stuff in one and my water purifying stuff in the other. And I pulled that out and I can't get it back in now. Yeah, let's take it out for the moment and we'll sort that out later. Yeah, so quite a good sized pouch. Again, drawstring, close it up, clip fastening, and then you've got these adjustable straps which you can tighten up to reduce the size and or secure whatever you've got in there. In the centre of the pack you've got these molly fittings. In this particular case I've attached my water bottle to the back of there. It's not ideal because I'd prefer it on my waist, it's easy to access, but it's more comfortable with the waistband round, not having the water bottle on my waist, although I could attach it to the waistband. So normally if I stop for a drink I'm usually that knackered that I take the rucksack off anyway and have a sit down. It's got compression straps here. You can take up a little bit of the size of the bag if you want to narrow it down to a smaller size. Same at the bottom there. And these, I'll zoom in a little bit if you have a look at these. These got these clips on here that you can undo and you can actually take off the bag itself. Now you can see all these fittings in use on the place where I bought it. I'll come to that in a minute. They have a very quick video just demonstrating all the functions, probably better than I can. Then we've got the strap here, again fully adjustable to pull the top of your bag down, hold it down. Same on the other side obviously. Now in here we've got this bottom compartment. I sometimes put my sleeping bag in there. You could put your tent in there so it's separate from everything else. And to make it separate you've got the choice. In here you've got a sleeve which you can tie this up and that will separate the top 2/3 from the bottom third. In this particular case I've got it open, and there's a reason for that. Is I have put my sleeping bag in the bottom, but when it's open it forms another layer of fabric which comes right down almost to the bottom of the sleeping bag. So this is made of Condura nylon, and it's not waterproof. It's water resistant. To what extent I don't know, because I've never tried it in torrential rain. But with that extra double skin of that, if my sleeping bag's in the bottom there, it's aiding keeping it dry if there is some rain. The only bit that isn't protected is the bottom here. Now this bottom pouch also has a couple of little adjustable straps there. You won't be able to put much through there, maybe some sort of pole or something, I don't know. I've never used them, I've never needed to. Then you've got, now this is the one thing that I don't like about it. You've got these straps at the bottom which are adjustable to put anything you want in. I would have liked to have put the waterproofs in, but the width of them and the length of my package, and I wasn't convinced I could get them tight enough to secure it, because to tighten them you've got to adjust them up onto whatever you've got in there, and then they're part of this fixing here. I would have preferred a separate buckle here that you could tighten or untighten, totally separate to the one that's holding the lid down. Just a small thing, just a personal preference. Let's just turn it over now. As we do, you can see the side waist belt here has got adjusters on it, so you can adjust that to your size. Let's just turn it over. I've actually got my GPS attached to it, so when I'm walking that's secure around there and it's clipped on here. Of course, again, the straps, they also have extra molly fittings here and this buckle here that you can attach something to do. In my case, you've got your adjusters here. Now all these straps can be tidied away using one or two different things. In this case they've got this clip that you can slide up and down. we've also got, when he finds it, let's just turn it over, show you that, because I didn't mention that on the other side. You've got these elasticated bands around all the straps on the front. Now you can either slide it up and down like I'm doing there, or you can fold this away and roll it over like that, then pull this strap over it, well, it's an elasticated band over the top, and it'll hold it in place, and it looks nice and tidy. I haven't been using it because, I don't know, maybe I'm lazy, I don't know. But back to the other side. So all the straps can be tidied away once you've got your rucksack set up how you like it. The back is adjustable. Once you've adjusted it for yourself, you probably won't have to adjust it again. The only thing that I didn't, well, I did like and I didn't, was sometimes when you're walking along, you want to adjust the fitting that pulls the rucksack in tight to your neck. These will not pull in when you've got all the weight on. You need to, this is my personal experience, I need to actually adjust them before I start walking, if I need to adjust them. But having said that, when I am walking, like a lot of rucksacks, they don't work loose and start getting slacker, so you have to keep doing that. So that's fine. The waist belt I've found is comfortable for me. I have seen rucksacks with a bit more padding, but this is quite a substantial piece of equipment. It weighs in at around 2.34 to 2.35 kilos, which is quite heavy for a rucksack, but it's substantially made, and I've had it for 3 years and I haven't had a problem with it. Everything is still in the same condition as it was when I got it. So you may be carrying extra weight with the rucksack, but it's going to stand up to wear and tear a lot better than the cheaper one. And I know, because I've got a cheaper one. I've got another 55 litre that I did a review on, which I will only use for a one-night trip. And because I'm out for 4 nights with this, I wanted something that wasn't going to let me down, and I know this won't let me down. So if you want to buy one of these, how much does it cost? Well, it varies. It's made by a company, well, the name is the company Wisport, and they're a Polish company. There is various prices online. There's a company in Poland called Military PL or Militaire PL, and they were the cheapest. You could get it for £166 with free delivery. But I tend to check reviews of companies, and when you're buying something from overseas that has to be delivered via DHL or somebody like that, it's always a bit worrying, and you think to yourself, well, what if there's something wrong with it, you know? And this company has only got 1 star on Trustpilot. They've got 48 negative reviews out of 100. I actually paid about 180 for this, but that was 3 years ago. At the moment, the same place I got it from, which is a company called Military First, and you'll have heard me mention them before. I've had odds and ends off them in the past. And the fact that they're based in Manchester, England, and they're not that many miles away, but I have to go over some windy hills to get to them, so it takes about 2 hours to get to them. But I know they're there, and I also know that they've got 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. 98% of those reviews are 5-star. So I think what's giving the star ratings is the customer service. And so for that reason, that's why I bought it from Military First. Where you buy it, that's up to you. You want to save some money, order it from Poland, and you're going to save yourself 60 quid. But so far, I'm happy with it. and it's done the job. And as far as a review goes, I think I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. And the reason I'm going to do that, it's not because it doesn't deserve 5. It's because although I've had it 3 years, it hasn't had what you call 3 years of regular use. So I can't honestly give a 5-star review on the number based on the number of times I've used it. In 3 years' time, if it's still in the same condition, I'll definitely give it 5 stars. But at the moment, I haven't found fault with it, apart from that little niggle I didn't like at the bottom there. And yes, it is a bit of a complicated sack to get your head around with all the straps initially. But once you get it all set up, then yeah, I like it. And when I go out on places like this, I trust it. So, there it is. Wisport Reindeer, 55 litre. All I've got to do now is go pack my tent away and load it up and on to the next place. Ooh. God blimey. Stayed down there too long.